Everyone, today I'm going to walk you through how to solve a problem that we're going to do in class, and it's called time management. Alright, so you are planning what to do after school. You can spend at most 6 hours daily playing basketball and doing homework. You want to spend less than 2 hours playing basketball, and you must spend at least 1.5 hours on homework. What is a graph showing how you can spend your time? So I'm going to walk you through the steps and then how to graph it on Desmos. Alright, so first we want to list what we're given. The knowns are that you want to play at least 6 or at the most 6 hours playing basketball and doing homework. You want less than 2 hours playing basketball, and you want to do at least 1.5 hours of homework. And you're going to try and find different ways you can spend your time. All right, and so the plan is we're going to write and graph an inequality for each restriction. And the restrictions are the ones that were listed in the givens that we just saw. We're going to find the region where all 3 restrictions are met. Okay, and you'll see that on the graph that we're going to make. So define the variables. Let x is equal to the number of hours playing basketball, and let y is equal to the number of hours doing homework. I know that we've emphasized picking variables that match the what the variables stand for, but because we're going to be graphing this into Desmos, it is perfectly fine for you to use x and y. Okay, and so the system of inequalities would consist of x plus y is less than or equal to 6. And that's because at most 6 hours of basketball and homework. So the variable x was the number of hours you wanted to play basketball, and then variable y was the number of hours you wanted to do homework. And so when we add them together, it needs to be less than or equal to 6. And so you wanted to do less than 2 hours of basketball, and you also wanted to do at least 1.5 hours of homework. So that's why x is less than 2 and y is greater than or equal to 1.5. So now we're going to go ahead and graph this on Desmos. So sometimes it's helpful to add a note to what we're writing so that we remember what we did. So at most 6 hours of basketball and homework. And the inequality was x plus y is less than or equal to, so I wrote the less than symbol, then I'm pressing the equal sign, 6. The next note we're going to write is that we wanted less than 2 hours of basketball. Okay, and then next line we're going to write we want x, which is the number of hours playing basketball, is less than 2. Alright, and the third one is at least. So once again we're going to go to the plus and note at least 1.5 hours of homework. And so we have y is greater than or equal to 1.5. So then what you see, I'm going to change the color so that it's a little bit easier to see. Okay, so what we get here is this green means that that's the time that you want to do homework. The purple means that that's the time that you want playing basketball. And the blue is put x and y added up to less than or equal to 6. And we're not going to look at quadrant 2, 3, and 4 because it gives us negative amounts of time. And we don't care too much about the negative amounts of time. So this graph would show me that you have a basic understanding of the system of inequalities. I'm going to show you what a mastery answer would look like.